Hey there, Gemini. Welcome to your reading for the week of October 14th. You have this Cancer card. It says, nurture all you love. Take time to care for your well-being and nurture the things you love. You have this fiery beginnings. It says you're on the brink of a real breakthrough. Follow your heart and live your passion. Love it. And you have the Ten of Cups, which is definitely a card of like following your happiness. The Ten of Cups is a great card for love, but it can also say that these people are focusing on these 10 cups up here and they're celebrating and they are choosing to be happy. So they're focusing on things that bring them joy, peace, happiness, love, those types of feelings into their lives. And I think that would be a great thing for you to do. You also have the self-regulation card, and there's this rainbow just like this on the card. So, it could be a great week for you to regulate your emotions and to focus more on the things that make you feel fired up, like this card says, or focus on the things that make you feel the energy of love, which, doesn't have to be a person. That can be, a hobby, something that makes you happy. It could be anything. But I feel that this reading is definitely saying that energy is going to be the best thing for you at this time. So that's what I would focus on. You have the Ten of Cups, the Moon, and the Four of Wands. The Ten of Cups is also like fortune after difficulty, and this kind of does look like a fortune after difficulty reading to me. You have the Six of Pentacles, which to me is like getting more for the work that you do, or normally it kind of represents equal give and take, or it can represent kind of like fairness in the sense that you're getting paid your worth, and that's what I feel there. You have the Ace of Cups, your emotions overflowing, so we see a lot of happiness coming into the reading just in general, and it could be because you're having a breakthrough. You have the Moon. The Moon can represent fears, fantasies, illusions, a lack of clarity, things like that. But the Moon says we have to keep pushing and we have to get to these mountains. I always say these two pillars here are a warning to the fool to not get distracted, and I definitely get that feeling for you. This card, what it says is like sometimes when we get very close to accomplishing a goal that we've been working on for a long time, we think that it's not going to work, so we switch to something else and we don't see it through to the end. So the Moon really says that this is a temporary period of time and you need to see something through to the end and not give up. Don't get distracted, right? So especially for those of you that have been working on something for a long time, I feel like you're about to have a celebration. You have the Ten of Cups, you have the Four of Wands. It's saying that you're very close to the finish line. The Four of Wands is a finish line card. There's like this thing here, whatever you call that, and it looks like a finish line. And so I always say that the Four of Wands is a finish line card. Even if you read most tarot books about the Four of Wands, they all say that the Four of Wands can be a completion card. It can say that you're completing one thing, going to the other side, celebrating the completion, and being set free. So it's really a card of freedom as well. And it looks to me like a lot of you are about to gain freedom because you are not giving up. Again, I really feel this is saying don't give up on whatever it is that you're working on. Because you're about to, accomplish your goal, or you're about to kind of like reach the end of something, which is going to be very good for you here, Gemini. Let's see. With the Ten of Cups, you have the Ace of Wands. Yeah, passion, new beginning coming in for you. This could also be love. For those of you that do want love, you have Ace of Wands, Ace of Cups, and there could be a very, passionate, fiery, new connection coming in for you. But, you literally have this fiery beginnings card and then the Ace of Wands. The Ace of Wands can also be a breakthrough because it is like that spark of hope or that spark of inspiration that inspires us to work towards something new. So this could be like a new opportunity, a new idea. That just feels inspiring, or that you feel passionate about, like that fiery beginnings card says. It says move towards your passion. With the Moon, you have the Queen of Wands. Yes, you need to be brave, bold, assertive, and keep working. The Queen of Wands moves towards the sun. Normally, the Queen of Wands, she has that sunflower in her hands, and the sunflower points towards the sun. So she is like working her way towards the sun energy. And like I said, eventually the sun will come up. The moon comes up, moon goes down, sun comes up. With the Four of Wands, you have the Four of Wands. So basically, whenever a card repeats itself, it's just the universe saying I meant what I said. So it's kind of like confirmation. I do like readings that have repeating cards as well, because to me, it's like a little bit extra confirmation for the message of the reading. I also find that whenever a reading has repeating cards, that like the person I'm reading for, you are probably in alignment with your path, or like what you're supposed to be doing. So it's kind of just a symbol of being in alignment or going in the right direction, right? Next, in the area of what's coming in for you, you have this cleansing card and this self-regulation card, focusing on happiness. 2 rainbows. It's a double rainbow or a triple rainbow here going on in this reading with the 10 of Cups. But what I would say here is that I feel that focusing on happiness is going to be clearly important with that 10 of Cups, and being able to regulate yourself, right? When you're not happy, being able to get into a place of happiness is going to be important as well. Clearly, this could be for like attraction purposes, so you can attract the things that you want into your life. But also, obviously, if you're happy, you're going to live a better life, and that's what I would do there. You have the Justice card, the Hermit, and the 9 of Pentacles. I do have something legal popping into my head with the Justice card, so if you're dealing with something legal, this could be a positive outcome for you. You even have the King of Swords. King of Swords is law and order. It's kind of weird because I feel like this is a very specific message, but we go 5 of Pentacles to 9 of Cups. And if you're dealing with something legal, this could say that maybe right now it looks like things aren't going your way, but the 9 of Cups would be fulfillment. So if you're dealing with something legal and it looks like it's not going your way, it could be going your way. For the rest of you that are not dealing with something legal, I feel this is, with this and the 6 of Pentacles, it's talking about doing things that are more worth it or getting paid your worth. I said that at the beginning of the reading, I'm pretty sure that I said that. So again, I think a lot of you could be getting more your worth based off of like the work that you do. And obviously this is going to be a good thing. You have the Hermit. The Hermit can represent being in hermit mode, of course, and needing to get out of hermit mode. So I do feel it would be a good time for you to kind of get out of hermit mode and step into the light, meaning getting out of your house and socializing or getting out in public. I just feel a little bit hermit energy. I'm not really getting much else of a message off of this card other than maybe you've been in hermit mode for too long and you need to go out and socialize. Sometimes I feel the Hermit can also represent being willing to share your knowledge. Everything about him represents knowledge and wisdom, and he needs to get out of hermit mode so that he can share his knowledge and wisdom, the things that he's learned, and that could also be a good idea for you. You have the 9 of Pentacles. The 9 of Pentacles is a card of independence, and you could be very independent at this time, of course, but 9 of Pentacles can also be about wealth and building abundance. So I feel a lot of you could be very focused on turning your situation around financially because we have the 5 of Pentacles right here. And this to me looks like you are focused on doing things that bring in more stability. I think that what I would say is going to the 5 of Pentacles, like this here to the King of Swords, I feel like you need to not doubt your skills. The 5 of Pentacles, the solution to the 5 of Pentacles is to not call attention to your weaknesses. The 5 of Pentacles wants you to focus on your strengths. And that's what I feel like you need to do, is like focus on what you're good at. With the Justice card, you have the 10 of Wands. Same thing, definitely. We go 10 of Wands down, 5 of Pentacles to 9 of Cups. 10 of Wands can represent doing too many things that don't belong to you, carrying too many burdens that aren't your burdens to bear. And it can also say that your weaknesses are burdens. But really, the 10 of Wands says maybe you need to release some of your burdens so that you can focus on your strengths and get to this place of fulfillment. With the Hermit, you have the Wheel of Fortune. I do feel your fortunes are changing because we have this Fiery Beginnings card that says breakthrough on it. The Wheel of Fortune is definitely one of my cards of creating a breakthrough in your life, or it can represent that. Going this way, I would say you need to focus on what you love. And even your first card says nurture all that you love. So with the Ace of Cups, I would really focus on those things that cause you to overflow. And I would do more of the things that cause your energy to overflow. Perfect example, some days I start these readings and I'm tired when I start them because usually I'm doing them very early in the morning, but by the time I'm done, I'm like full of energy because I channel from source, right? So this gives me energy. And what I would say here is like, what do you do that gives you energy? And do more of whatever that is. It doesn't even have to be work related. It could be a hobby. It could be a person you spend time with or a group of people that you care about. Whatever it is, I would do more of it because of the 10 of Cups, the self-regulation. These cards really want you to focus on creating a turnaround or a breakthrough with your energy, right? With the 9 of Pentacles, you have the Magician. Yeah, with the 9 of Pentacles represents focus. The Magician represents focus as well, kind of, because we have to focus to manifest the things that we want and desire in our lives. So I feel like you need to focus on exactly what you want, and if you focus on exactly what you want out of life, then you will get it. Obviously, if you focus on what you don't want, then you won't get it, so focus on the good stuff. You have this in the area of messages from your future self. You have this cat, it says claim your independence. You have this koi fish, it says there's always enough. Yeah, it's a very independent time. It's a weird time, I would say, because a lot of the readings have talked about love. You even have a little bit of love in your reading, but we can have a relationship and still be independent. Those two things can be true at the same time. So but the other thing I would say, I actually just said this to Taurus, that when you focus on creating your own overflow in your own heart with the Ace of Cups, then love can be a natural side effect of that. So when you are claiming your independence and more focused on making yourself, the best version of yourself, or whatever cliche you want to use, doesn't matter. When you do that, then naturally you are going to attract like a solid person. So I do feel that it is a great time for you to focus on yourself, focus on your own happiness, focus on causing your heart to overflow. And if you do that, you're going to obviously attract, other good stuff as well. The Ace of Cups, the whole entire reading says nurture all that you love. So I would say with the Ace of Cups, there are probably things that cause your heart to overflow. And those are the things that I would really focus on with this card. I think it would be, definitely a good idea with the Ace of Cups. I do also feel this could be a love offer, with the King of Swords here. The King of Swords could be someone with like a lot of knowledge and wisdom. I always look at the King of Swords as someone who's older than you, so it could be like a more mature person. It wouldn't surprise me if it was a fixed sign, like an Aquarius, Scorpio, Taurus, or a Leo that's coming in for you as well, but, could be any sign. It's general reading. You have the Five of Pentacles. The Five of Pentacles can represent feeling left out in the cold. And with the Five of Pentacles, we have to come in out of the cold. And so to do that, we have to focus again on our strengths, not our weaknesses. And that's the solution to the Five of Pentacles. I also feel that for a lot of you, you could be holding back a little bit because of this, going this way to the King of Swords. The King of Swords has a lot of knowledge and wisdom. And going from the Nine of Pentacles Magician to the King of Swords, but having the Five of Pentacles in the middle is like saying that is saying to me that you have all the knowledge and wisdom you need to be very successful. But the Five of Pentacles is like thinking that you don't. But the King of Swords says that you do. So going that way, I think that this is too much self-doubt, and this could be something that you need to work on right now, Gemini, is like your self-doubt or doubting your abilities or doubting what you're capable of. I think the easiest way to do this is going to be the Six of Pentacles. The Six of Pentacles says, if you start planting seeds, if you just take the first step to prove to yourself that you can do something, and it can be a very tiny step as well, then you will be successful. So I always say that the Six of Pentacles to me is a card of planting seeds. It says take those first steps, see what works, see what doesn't, and double down on the things that are working. And I know it sounds very simple, but it's changed my life doing that, and it probably will change yours as well. With the Ace of Cups, you have the Six of Cups. Love it. The Six of Cups can absolutely represent a breakthrough. Sometimes I feel that the Six of Cups can be a gift from the universe, and usually the gift we receive from that card is a turnaround, meaning that we've been bumping up against an obstacle, then we get the Six of Cups, and the obstacle is removed. It can also represent a soulmate coming in for you, so for those of you that are looking for love, this could be a solid love connection. With the Five of Pentacles, you have the Four of Cups. This would tell me that the reason you're doubting something is because of past disappointments. So if it's love, for example, you could be just thinking about all the times that love hasn't worked out in your life, and the Four of Cups can say, well, this time will be different. I really love this Four of Cups. This is from the White Sage Tarot, and you can see those three cups are pouring into one cup. So for example, if you're attracting love, you're probably attracting a person who really pours into the connection. And I would stay open to that with the Four Cups. This could also say, same thing for work or business. It's like maybe you had a business or a career in the past and things didn't really work out well for you. And this can say things will work out much better this time with the Four Cups because you have learned from those past Four Cups. He always has that one cup that's making him an offer. And I always say he needs to accept that new cup because the new cup is different. The new cup is probably the Ace of Cups, and it's probably also the Six of Cups. Six of Cups can just be your happiness. It's like childlike playfulness. And again, we see that a lot in the reading, that you need to be in this like happy, playful place right now. With the Six of Pentacles, you have the Six of Swords. I love two sixes. Two sixes is, again, confirmation for your path. Just like I said, with the repeating cards. So you have two sixes here as well. And I feel for a lot of you, this is just saying that you're going in the right direction. Six of Swords would say that you're moving on to calmer shores. So you're moving on from things being hard and hopefully moving towards things being much better. Next, in the area of the good stuff, you have this challenges card. You also have this creating and writing card. So you could be finally seeing how some of the challenges that you've been experiencing are actually a blessing. It's like, obviously not most people aren't going to walk through a desert. This is why I always say, like, I don't, people always leave me comments saying, like, why can't my life be easier? I'm like, well, do you really want it to be easier? Because if it's easy, everybody can do it. I'd rather have a harder life because then I know that not a lot of people are going to get to the place that I'm going. There's less competition at the top, as they say. So I feel like maybe some of you are starting to see that there's less competition at the top, and also that something was worth it. We are in a very creative time as well, and I think that just general energy, it's a great time to tap into your creative side. You have the King of Swords, the Hangman, and the Nine of Cups. The King of Swords could be you showing up here. The King of Swords is a card of knowledge and wisdom, and I would definitely tap into all your knowledge and wisdom and use it for something with the King of Swords. He's learned a lot, and now he can use what he's learned to be successful, and that's really what I get here. I do feel like you could be attracting an older person as well, so if you're looking for love, could be a person who's like a little bit older. You have the Hangman. The Hangman is in Hangman mode. He's seeing things from a new perspective. Jupiter is going retrograde this week in your sign. Actually, today, or tomorrow, sorry. Today is the 8th. Tomorrow is the 9th. So actually, this video will be published on the 10th, I think. So, on the 9th, Jupiter goes retrograde in your sign. I think this is going to be really good for you, actually, because I think it's going to help you explore, like, the other side of things, which, number one, Gemini loves. I find that Gemini people are very good at looking at, like, all dimensions of something, not even both sides. Like, you're good at looking, not only is Gemini good at, like, sitting on a fence, I think Gemini is good at looking under the fence, looking over the fence, looking through the fence. The list goes on and on, right? So I think actually Jupiter going retrograde is going to be beneficial for you because it's going to allow you to see, like, the other dimensions of whatever it is that you're working on. And you'll probably, this could, if you're working on a project, for example, this could help you look at things from a different perspective that could make it more successful. Or maybe you just find a different approach that's easier or better. And, again, I would, if you start to get curious about a new perspective, I would just start exploring it with the Hangman because it'll probably work. You have the Nine of Cups. Nine of Cups is a card of wish fulfillment or fulfillment in general, so definitely the whole entire reading looks very fulfilling if you allow it. I think the trick here is, like I said at the beginning, to nurture the things you love and do more of the things that make you happy. Obviously, if you're miserable, then this is not going to be true, but we can choose to be happy, and that's exactly what I would do with this Nine of Cups energy. With the King of Swords, you have the Queen of Swords. I feel like this is a new person that you're going to be meeting. So King and Queen of Swords, normally I don't like, but they're showing up in the area of the good stuff. And in the area of the good stuff, this would tell me that you're meeting a person you just haven't met yet, or you just don't know who they are yet. So there you go. With the Hangman, you have the Two of Cups. Yeah, probably a person who's different than your usual type. Every single person, like, I've done one set of love readings on this channel ever, and it was like in 2020 or something like that, and everybody had the Two of Cups. So definitely could be a person that is different than your usual type. With the Nine of Cups, you have the Chariot. The Chariot is a victory. The Chariot is a big win, especially in the area of the good stuff. So there could be a big win coming in for you. The thing with the Chariot is that it's really a card of, like, really taking control of your work and making things happen. It's also a card of setting yourself apart, and it's an amazing time, I think, for people to set themselves apart. Like, anything you want to do, if you have a unique idea, try it, because Pluto's going into Aquarius in November, and I think, like, unique, innovative ideas or even perspectives, or you changing yourself to be unique or innovative, is going to be very beneficial. You have this Lost card. This is Saturn and Pisces. We have Saturn and Pisces right now. This could just be saying that you've experienced a loss during Saturn and Pisces, and now you're kind of like healing from it. You have this Seduction card. Yeah, I definitely feel you're very seductive at this time. So if you want, we have a lot of love cards here. If you want love, I would get out in public and meet new people, and there you go. You have this ostentation card. This is a card of being able to tell the difference between something that's real and something that's fake. And I feel that a lot of you have learned a lot of lessons over the years about like people who are real, people who are fake, things that are real, things that are fake. And now you're able to use that knowledge, which is a good thing. Next, you have this empathy card. I feel like you need to have empathy for yourself. Like, I think you need to choose happiness, with all the happiness stuff. And then the Five of Pentacles. Like, Five of Pentacles is not being kind to yourself. It's calling attention to your weaknesses. So I think you need to be kind to yourself. You have this order card. So yeah, I think it would be a good time for you to put things in order or to come up with an order of the way that you do things, especially if you're trying to accomplish something specific. I think having a specific plan would be a good idea. But this is a really good reading, Gemini. I like it. So thank you for being here and definitely enjoy your week.